Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now this is Portal RTX and it looks absolutely stunning. Looking at the frame rate overlay however reveals that on my RTX 3050 it runs like me on school sports day, slowly and with quite a lot of noise. You might think that you need a high-end 30 or 40 series graphics card to experience this at its best, and while that may be true if you want to retain as close to native resolution as possible, we can actually hit at least 60 FPS with the Ultra preset using Nvidia's weakest ray tracing capable card. Hitting Alt and X while in game will bring up an additional user settings menu. Enabling the custom DLSS setting and opting for ultra performance will smooth things right out. And internally we're probably rendering at 360p, but it doesn't look that bad and we can still enjoy the additional RTX features. The way the light bounces off the walls and water is very satisfying to look at, even at this insanely low upscaled resolution. I've said it before and I'll say it again, all of this is a bit of a gimmick to me, no matter the game, especially if these effects are going to tank your frame rate. If you can run it though, well why not, right? Now though, it's time to crack out something from AMD. The system requirements don't state it, but the Steam description says that this works with all ray tracing capable GPUs. The 6500 XT here is one such choice. Can we get Portal RTX running smoothly? After all, with a bit of tweaking, Cyberpunk 2077 runs like a dream, or mild nightmare. So what can we manage here? Well, it may come as no surprise to any of you, but the entry-level AMD RX 6500 XT hits a magnificent 1 FPS. I apologise for the lack of performance metrics today because MSI Afterburner doesn't currently work here, so I'm relying on Steam's basic built-in frame counter. At this point you may be wondering if this is a lost cause. Can a 1 frame per second experience be turned into a better one? I mean, look on the bright side, if we can get 2 FPS then that's already a 100% improvement, so what is there to lose? Opening up the user settings once again reveals that we have 6% free video memory, which comes with a warning saying that we are indeed running out of memory. I'm also using the lowest settings this time around. A couple of options do say high, but in these cases high is the lowest, if you get what I mean. We don't have DLSS anymore, but using TAAU performance mode gives us a huge boost to 4 frames per second, but it's blurry like we've smeared butter all over the screen. My next trick was to enable AMD's super resolution, AMD's, what have I even wrote? AMD's, Radeon Super Resolution, which can be done from the Adrenaline software. Using this means that when we select a lower than native resolution in game, it will be upscaled to the monitor's native output. In Portal RTX, the lowest resolution we can choose at this aspect ratio is 1128 by 634. Choosing this will enable the upscaling, as you can see here, though why it says 1920 by 1079, I do not know. How mildly annoying. I've kept TAAU enabled as well, just to give us the best chance of hitting at least 4 frames per second, although for the time being, the settings are still at their lowest. The even blurrier but upscaled mess is now running at an incredible 12 frames per second. You can laugh all you want, but that's 3 times the speed it was running at just a few moments ago, and miles better than the 1 frame we started with. This is a truly magical experience. Now I won't lie to you, it's still reasonable to expect a drop to single digits, and when the on-screen action heats up a bit, like when I move an object, it's not uncommon to see a drop to 8 or 9, but I'm not done yet. In the traditional settings menu, the one you get when you hit escape, we can select the normal aspect ratio, in this case 4:3, and this gives us access to even lower options, though these will bring with them black bars on modern widescreen monitors. I prefer to look at it as more of a nostalgic experience, reminds me of my childhood. At 640 by 480 with TAAU performance and the Radeon Super Resolution upscaling enabled, the game feels way smoother now. But what's happened to the frame rate counter? Hang on, bear with me just one second. Here we go, over 25 frames per second at who knows what resolution with the lowest settings. You can still sort of get an idea that this is Portal RTX and not just the regular Portal, but everything is a little darker and dingier. The narrow aspect ratio really changes how the game feels too, more of a horror element to it now. Kind of cool in a way, actually. This is as close to 30 FPS as we can get. It was here I decided to up the preset to high and still see if we could get a somewhat playable experience. I've kept all of the upscaling methods in place, of course, for this last part because it's essential. This is Portal RTX running at high with the 6500 XT. What a beauty. Now there is no point in playing this over the non-RTX game with this card, given the sacrifices you'll have to make, but it is possible if you really want to try it out. It's still clear to see the additional effects. Okay, maybe not clear, but you can still see the added effects that this upgrade brings. So don't let anyone tell you that you need a 4090 to experience this. We should also keep in mind that the 3050 performance we saw at the start was actually pretty solid once custom DLSS settings had been added. But there we go, Portal RTX on the weakest NVIDIA ray tracing capable card and one of the weakest AMD ray tracing capable cards. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like down below, leave a dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.